Welcome to another episode of Mindful Money Nuggets. Today's episode is particularly important because it's a warning about the deceptive ads and misinformation surrounding debt relief programs. If you've been bombarded by social media posts promising to erase your credit card debt, you need to hear this episode. We'll explore the truths and the myths about debt relief and provide smart alternatives to help you regain control of your financial future. Since I follow a lot of social media related to financial matters, I've noticed an increasing number of posts about a new 2024 debt relief program. These ads typically show credit cards and suggest that you can get your debt erased if you have $10,000 or more in unsecured debt. The implication is that this is a new legislative act. When it comes to credit card debt forgiveness, these ads want you to believe there are government programs to help you get rid of debt. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as a government-sponsored program for credit card debt relief. These claims can feel believable, especially in light of the recent attempts and the news around the Supreme Court blocking of the Biden-Harris administration's student debt forgiveness plan. Credit card debt forgiveness exists, but it is not government-sponsored and it should be approached cautiously. When dealing with personal and credit card debt, I always return to the adage, if something seems too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true. There are accredited companies out there that offer debt relief, and there might even be a state-run program in your state of residence. However, these are not free, nor are they quick fixes to get you out of debt. Many debt relief companies are scams, and even the legitimate ones can be risky and expensive. Even when successful, debt relief can significantly harm your credit and raise your income tax bill. I do not advocate this approach to dealing with debt, but I understand there are times when debt is so overwhelming that all options must be considered. So here's what you need to know first. Whether dealing with legitimate or scammer debt relief companies, doing your homework is crucial. These companies operate on the same premise. They offer to negotiate with creditors on your behalf to persuade them to accept less than you owe. Scammer companies typically collect fees up front and then do little or nothing, leaving you far worse off. The FTC has taken numerous actions against these bogus services, and they have a whole page dedicated to these kind of claims on the FTC website. Legitimate debt reduction companies will likely charge nothing up front, but they do charge a fee of 15% to 25% of the enrolled debt. They often instruct you to stop making payments to creditors and instead make a fixed payment each month into a special escrow account. While the theory is that they will eventually offer lump sum payments from this account to settle your debt, this approach doesn't always work and can lead to higher fees, a higher income tax bill, and significant impact on your credit score. Creditors are not obligated to work with debt relief companies, and any missed payments while funneling funds into the debt relief escrow account can lead to late charges and delinquencies on your credit reports. Suppose a creditor accepts a debt relief company's proposal. In that case, they typically report your account as settled and then close it, which can negatively impact your credit score and your ability to borrow money for years. Additionally, creditors can file suit to recover unpaid bills at any time during the debt relief process. Debt relief does not shield you from litigation. Only a bankruptcy filing can stop a creditor from filing a debt collection lawsuit against you. Don't trust any debt relief company that promises to shield you from legal liability. Furthermore, the IRS may consider any forgiven debt as taxable income, potentially increasing your federal income tax bill. Fees charged by lawful debt relief companies are calculated as a percentage of the total debt they settle on your behalf, and these fees are typically required upfront. So let me give you an example. If they persuade your creditor to accept $10,000 to settle the debt of $20,000, your fee would be 15% to 25% of the $20,000. So anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000. Typically, again, these fees are required upfront. Lawful debt relief companies don't do anything you can't do yourself. So, what are some of the alternatives to debt relief companies? One option is hiring a financial wellness coach. This approach guides you in changing unconscious spending patterns that led to your smothering debt and implementing an actionable, accountable debt repayment strategy and ongoing budgeting system to keep you from repeating the debt cycle. There are also nonprofit credit counseling organizations that can help, and they may be more affordable because most offer a sliding scale fee for their assistance. If a certified credit counselor determines that you can't realistically cover your existing debt, they may be able to work with your creditors to set up a debt management plan. While this is not debt forgiveness and it can impact your credit score, it's often better than the debt relief or bankruptcy. Debt settlement is another name for the for-profit debt relief services, but you can pursue it on your own, as I mentioned before. If you cannot afford to repay a debt, you can approach any creditor with a proposal to make a partial payment to settle what you owe. Do be prepared for counteroffers and do make sure you have money set aside to pay any settlement amounts you accept. If interest charges on your credit card balances are causing the runaway debt and you still have reasonably good credit, you can consider a debt consolidation. This is a low interest personal loan or a credit card with a 0% introductory APR. However, you need to tread very cautiously on the low interest credit card because you want to carefully read the terms and conditions and set up a repayment plan within the 0% interest terms. In addition, you want to make sure that you are not using your now available credit because of the consolidation. So just be cautious. We want to change behavior moving forward, not repeat the behavior or make the problem any worse. If after a realistic appraisal of your debts and income, you conclude that you cannot pay your existing debt with the above options, filing for bankruptcy may be your only alternative. Bankruptcy can cancel many, but not all debts, and has, as you know, a significant negative impact on your credit score that can last for 7 years for Chapter 13 bankruptcy or up to 10 years for Chapter 7. However, it can provide you with a fresh start if you're overwhelmed with debt. The only true way to erase debt is through bankruptcy, but it comes with a significant price. But so does debt relief companies, and understanding the costs and the consequences is essential before you decide on a path forward. I want to mention that there are federal programs for members of the armed service and a student debt relief program making its way through Congress. These programs offer relief for student loans and allow military members to postpone or suspend mortgage payments, credit card accounts, and other debt. But notice that I said postpone or suspend. I did not say cancel. The bottom line is that using a debt relief company should be your last resort. Credit card debt can be overwhelming, but if you are committed to making changes, there is help. Battling smothering debt can feel debilitating, but it is something you can get control over with the right support, whether through a financial wellness coach, a nonprofit credit counseling service, or even managing negotiations on your own. You have options. Remember, every step you take towards understanding and managing your debt is a step towards financial freedom. I know you've got this. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe for more mindful money tips, one nugget at a time. Together, we can build a future of financial freedom and well-being. I look forward to next time.